What's the plan then?
We're going to the Winchester.
The pub.
Yeah, boy!
Hey Whiskey, how you doing? Whiskey Enigma. Enigma and Whiskey. Whiskey Enigma, Whiskey Enigma. How are you doing? How is everybody doing? Yeah, I got fucking everything all over the desk. Everything over the desk today. How are you two? You all okay? Right, let's get that. Stop moving. There we go. Yeah, how are you all? Let's put that back there. That's a bit better. I think it can still go. Want to paint there. Yay! Sweet. How are you doing? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Look what I've been doing as well. After yesterday's conversation, so we've been building all the Mark III. Yeah, I've got 30 of the bloody things, so plenty of opportunity to do stuff. Right, so I've cleaned up all the bases. All the bases have all been cleaned up. So the base rims are black. Yeah, we can go on and kind of finish all these off today, which would be great. Be really cool. Right. And then I also want to just kind of chit chat and brainstorm about the Dark Angels and Night Lords and how to equip them. How to equip them. Need to dust all of these off. Yeah, definitely need to secure the concrete better. Seems to have worked. So I glued it all on once and then gave it a second coat of the sealant, the PVA sealant that I used, and it seems to have been okay now. Seems to be all right. There we go. Yeah, all this bit down at the bottom. Okay. Is it going to be a quiet day today? Quiet stream day today? We'll see. We'll get loads of painting done. That's the plan. And I also have to finish off sculpting his hair as well. So we've got the kind of the shape in, and now I want to add a little bit of volume and like sections of hair, so like an extra one and one round the back and stuff, which would be quite good. I'm on the lovely stage of eye lenses. Got about 80 more to go in this current batch, so around 160 eye lenses. Oh my god, you're doing 80 marines? Yeah, I've got all the eye lenses to do on these actually. Maybe we can do an eye lens day. That'd be quite cool. Yeah, this guy's going to be good, and I have kind of cleaned up and tidied up the hand in there, so that's ready to take the whip. We need to get some music on. Let's get some music on. At least have a little bit of background noise going on. 80 Marines would be insane. I'm doing 111. Oh my word. 111 Marines. That's a lot of Marines.
probability factor of 1 to 1. We have normality. I repeat, we have normality. Anything you still can't cope with is therefore your own problem.
We have normality. We have normality. Teeny tiny has normality. We got tiny more, tiny normality. Teeny tiny normality. Hey Teeny, how are you doing? I batch paint into oblivion. There's about 200 more after this batch. Oh my god. What chapter or legion are you doing, Slave? We're going to do a Horus Heresy escalation challenge next year. So we're going to start with like 250 points. Paint up 250 points first month and then add 250 points to it next month, etc, etc. How's it going? It's alright, thank you, Teeny. How are you? How are you, Teeny? Oh, I need tissue paper. I haven't got any tissue paper. I'm out of tissue paper. Be right back. Work is exasperating, but I'm done after tomorrow. Fantastic. Done after tomorrow. Well, I'm definitely going to stream tomorrow. We'll definitely stream tomorrow. You might even get a stream at the weekend. We'll see if we can do a stream at the weekend. Maybe we'll see. Right, two seconds. I just need to go and grab some tissue paper for painting. Oh, we have a purples. No, purples, no lurking. No lurking, purples. No lurk. Lurky nor allowedy. Lurky, no. No lurky. No lurky. Lurky, no. How are you doing, perps? Hope lurking goes well. There we go. Sound didn't trigger. Oh no. I don't know what to do about that. I'll do a refresh, I guess. It played teeny tiny like 2 minutes ago. Okay, it's refreshed. It's refreshed. How are you doing, Sextus? It just hates some of us. Oh no. Sextus, how are you doing? What's up, Chris's hat? What, you asking my hat how he's doing? I suppose he's doing okay. Right. Right. Let's get rid of all of those. We need the Artis Opus brushes. Let's move these out of the way so that we can dust this bit here. Get rid of all the dust that's around. Because I was building yesterday. You should get an actual Smurf hat. Well, why do I want a Smurf hat? It's very red though, not enough blue, and Smurfy, not enough Smurfy. I don't want a Smurf hat. It's supposed to be a Santa hat. No, the hat is up. The hat is up. It is up. It is. It is. It is. Well, it's not as up as it could be. It could be like that, but. Smurfs. The Smurfs, not Ultramarines. Yeah, I'm not like. I mean, Smurfs are. I never really watched the Smurfs. Never really watched the Smurf. I was never really like a big Smurf fan. I think I was probably too old for the Smurfs. I don't think they really came out when I was a kid. And I like Christmas, so it's a Christmas hat. Right. Get rid of that. That needs to go in there. Dust this again. Did you see those bears that bounced around? The bears that bounced around? Where were the bears that bounced around? Is that an internet thing that's just happened or something? Or are you black and white? Oh, bears that bounced around. What, like a TV show? A TV show that had bears that bounced around? No, I didn't watch that one either. Bumble Bears. Never heard of it. Nope. Nope. This is not going well, is it? Right. We've done plenty of streams where I do cartoon intros from my childhood. Might have been their name. Oh, Gummy Bears. I don't think I ever watched Gummy Bears either. Well, I definitely didn't watch Gummy Bears because I can't remember anything about it. I can remember the name, that's about it. Ben was into them, I hadn't heard of it. I watched Candlewick Green and Trumpton.
Rude alert! Rude alert!
Yay,
Abandoned
Avian,
shop.
how are you doing?
This is not a daffodil. Repeat, this is not a daffodil.
Yes, Avian, I'm glad you're here, Avian, because we had a big conversation yesterday. And you weren't here, and I was like, oh, I wish Avian was here.
Good.
And we got a Spiky. It's me. It is you. So I spent all evening last night watching the cricket, slowly building through. I've got 30 Mark IIIs. So I don't think there's any point wasting the fact that I've got 30 Mark IIIs. So I'm going to build them, and then they're going to get scattered between the Dark Angels and the Night Lords. And we were looking at. Where is it? There we go. We were looking at the book yesterday. I fucking want Mark IVs. Jesus. I really want Mark IVs. The first Dark Angel that's in here. Because I was like, I don't know what Mark to do for the Dark Angels, really. Like, I was like, oh, maybe like Mark II. Like, maybe I should do Mark II. Mark II are kind of like a little bit knighty, and they have the kind of the split panels and everything. And then I looked at them and I was like, maybe that wouldn't really work. Anyway, I was flicking through here, and the first one in the artwork is boom, Mark III. I was like, oh, actually, that looks really cool. That looks really cool. So Mark III, and then I really want Mark IVs to come out, and then along the same lines as the Raven Guard, I was trying to keep it to Mark VI. I might try and keep the Dark Angels to like a couple of marks, so Mark III and Mark IV if the Mark IV finally comes out. So I can use some of these for Dark Angels, but I really like the Deathwing, one. Hang on, I really like that Deathwing one. So I'm gonna do Mark III is also a good choice for assault and whatnot. Dark Angels are really coded for Mark II. Oh, are they? Explain the Mark II one then. A really nice looking mix is Mark VI legs with Mark VI, or Mark V legs with Mark VI torso. If you read the lore, the Dark Angels were on the bubble of the Crusade, especially after Horus became War Master. So the First Legion was the vanguard of the Crusade, dealt with the worst of the worst of the worst, and had all the special toys to deal with the Xenos. Studs everywhere. The Mark VI, the Mark V legs have got studs everywhere. Yeah, I do really like the Mark. I was flicking through. Because I need to get a transfer sheet for the Dark Angels. It's 23 quid. That's the one I haven't got. I've got a Night Lords one, so I've got Night Lords transfers. I need a Dark Angel transfer sheet. But Horus Heresy, Loyalist, Dark Angels just for shit, just because you have to click something, right? Where's the mark? Yeah, I couldn't quite see those as Dark Angels. Yeah, I just couldn't quite see that armor in that style. I mean, I'm sure it's done. I mean, I'm sure if you just do Mark II Dark Angels, I'm sure they look great. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that does look good. Is that Mark II? Yeah, maybe I'm just kind of looking at it too much. Look at the Dark Angel Horus Heresy books, the first two covers. Yeah, maybe I'm looking at it too much. Chris is trying to get me to do a heretic army because it's working. That's two. Yeah, I think it might. The one thing I really liked about that was the variation. I love the bone, so I'm definitely going to do bone. Like I want to do. And this is where I can't decide. I can't decide whether the base troops should have. Hang on. I can't decide whether the base troops should have different colours across their armour, so that it's almost like their own individual heraldry. And then also, I don't know how many kind of base troops I'm going to even have, because I kind of want, like, I want at least one tactical squad, I think. But then the tactical squad, you could almost... he is Deathwing. Yeah, Deathwing, Dark Angel's Deathwing veteran. So, can I just go Deathwing? Because there wasn't Green Wing, Deathwing, Raven Wing and all that lot in Heresy, was there? So the Deathwing stuff was just like an elite set. So I can do a Deathwing Zone Mortalis force and just paint them all like cream chest and one cream shoulder pad, a cream helmet, and then like scatter like different parts of cream across the armor. And then the other thing was, yeah, I need to kind of, because I had a vision of what the Raven Guard were going to be with like this the cold black, this kind of cold turquoisey black, and then you've got the red for the deliverers, and then the jet black for the reconnaissance squads, which are going to be in that Mark IV when it comes out, which is going to look really cool. But I don't really know what to do with these, because a lot of the reason why I want to do the Dark Angels is because I have the special units. So I've got the Terminators, I've got the companion squads and things. So those two, you can have the variety and the kind of like the personal heraldry on each model because they've got so many details on them, right? So I kind of want to have that sort of level of personal heraldry across the rest of the army and the rest of the little units. But then I don't know what the other units are going to be. Deathwing is the bodyguard group. If you took a mortal wound on behalf of your consul, you get to paint a piece of armor bone. Oh mate, that's fucking cool. That's cool as shit. So can I oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I just want to do a Deathwing force. That's badass. Chris, you are trying to get me to do a heretic army because it's working. Yes. Yeah, 100% Enigma. 100%. I would suggest reading up on the wings before painting. That might help with the decisions. Dark Angels Deathwing Veteran.
Fuck Dark Angels.
Fuck Dark Angels. Yeah, it's because I've got these guys. Where are they? Where are they? No, that's... There we go. So these guys have got loads of details across them, haven't they?
They have all the fucking cool toys. I hate them.
They do, they really do. So these have got like loads of variety and everything across them. Like personal heraldry and stuff. So they will kind of paint it really varied. I suppose they've got all this. Yeah, Mark II would work really well. Oh, I can't quite see the vision for the Dark Angels yet. Oh hi! I think they might be into that. Hey, how you doing? So you've got actually how big are those compared to? Oh, they are spot on actually. They're about the same size, so they're actually all right. They're not too bad. They're a tiny bit smaller. Look, so you just stick them on a tiny bit of a rock. I want my Blood Angel Assault Termies right about meow. So yeah, you've got the Knights, the Companion Squad, and then I was gonna have a Breacher Squad, and then are the companions like a set colour scheme. Dark Angels were the last ones to get models, as they were the last big black books, so their scale ought to be pretty close. Well, that's good. That's good. It's funny how they were the last one to get the book, seeing as they were the first Legion. Yeah, they're really nice sculpts as well, aren't they? They're really nice sculpts. Okay. I thought the Interruptors were looking a little bit kind of aged. Are the Interruptors still okay? So they're the companions. There's the Interruptors. Are these ones okay? Because they look a little bit. Maybe it's just the painting. Hang on, where's the raw one? Yeah, they look. They kind of look alright as well.
Weighed.
Oh, have you got them?
have
That's
been
because the
measured.
Interruptors were based on the old resin Mark
And
III.
you absolutely
have been found wanting.
Yeah, but the actual weapons look really good. The actual weapons look good as opposed to some of the older resin. Like the weapons and everything look like they've been hand sculpted. These look like they've been CAD. They're like nice and crisp and everything. So if I got these, fucking hell, 54 quid. If I got these, I could just put the guns and the heads on plastic Mark III. Or whatever mark I liked. Although they've got the torsos, damn it. Blood Angels definitely have some cool stuff. Blood Angels definitely have some cool shit. I mean, for starters, they have one of the coolest fucking characters. They have one of the coolest fucking character sculpts in the game. This guy is amazing. That guy's absolutely badass. And then you have, I mean, he's all right. I converted him into a Night Lord. Where's those ones are quite cool. What did you say? The Paladins. Oh, those guys. These guys are awesome. Check these out. They're fantastic. They're absolutely fantastic. Fucking hell, this is a Crimson Paladins. Look at all this. Look at all this. I've never looked. I've never gone through. That's weird. I've never actually gone through the Blood Angel stuff. Look at those helmets.
Wearing purple.
Wearing purple. How are you doing, War Masters? That's because the Interruptors were based on the old Resin Mark III. Dark Angel was the last ones. Okay, I put a side by side of the Interruptor and a Mark II in the stream gallery. Oh, fantastic! Let's go have a look at that. Yeah, because I'm gonna be painting and doing the detail and everything on these, but while I'm doing it, I kind of want to have a conversation about the Dark Angels, because the Dark Angels are the one that I'm not 100% sure about what units and loadouts and things to have and how to make the army up. The Night Lords not so much, because the Night Lords is just, I just want Mark IIs and Mark IIIs and Mark IVs and Mark VIs and like some assault marines, and I'm going to have a unit of despoilers, so the chainsaw and bolt pistol, rather than a unit of the tactical marines. And then I've got loads of tanks for them. So the Night Lord's not so much of a problem, but the Dark Angels, I'm just not. I can't quite see what the vision is. And also the other thing as well, Avian, I found a picture on the other night of a Black Night Lord, and I was like, oh, that would be really cool, because then you could have like an elite unit of Night Lords. Either like snipers or just like really insane assault squad or something, just in black armor, which would look really, really cool. So that would be fun. So the Night Lords I'm kind of okay with, but the Dark Angels is a bit more. Dark Angels is a bit more up for grabs, as it were. Right, let's have a look at Discordian. Where's Stream Gallery? There's Stream Gallery. Boom. Oh shit. That's all right, isn't it? That's all right in terms of size, scale, and detail, isn't it? Okay, that's cool. It's much closer in size than I thought. Yeah. Yeah, that's really good.
Fuck you, Christopher, for making me check Horus Heresy stuff.
Well, we're doing some Horus Heresy next year, Purples, as like a community thing. I want to do Horus Heresy Escalation Challenge, where you start with like 250 points, and you just kind of try and paint 250 points every month.
You're welcome at Purple Spark, Alice.
Are we really? Well, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to, because I've done loads of Raven Guard. Like honestly, I've got the Raven Guard are really refreshing to get up to a point that they are at the moment, that you can see them at the moment.
LOL, fuck you too, avian.
Are we? Are we really? We are not. So I've got for the Raven Guard, I've got KD's necks is like 80% done.
Love you at Purple Spark, Alice.
Love you, Purple Spark. KD's necks is like 80% done. Look at these. Look at these purples. Look at these. Look how cool. Look how cool these are. Look at that. Look at those purples. You need to get these helmets just to stick them on 40k ones. There. Oh, where's the cool dreadnought? Where's the cool dreadnought? There's the cool dreadnought. Rah. There. Yeah. The Horus Heresy. Where is Sanguinary Guard actually? Oh no, it was Henry on Call to Paint who did the Sanguinary Guard. I can't remember what he converted them out of actually. So yeah, that you've got to get him purples. Very early Noise Marine helmet. Oh my god, you got to get him purples. I'm just being a poop pants as I've had my head in practice tests and exam prep material. Yeah, I can bet. I bet Mannerings. That's nuts. So, yeah, the Raven Guard, to get them up to this point.
Well, if you hate Marines, Mechanicum is a thing. If you want competent humans, Solar Auxilia. If you hate it all, cultists and Milita. Oh yeah, and demons, do not forget the demons.
Yeah, don't forget the demons. The, let me see if I can find it. Because the... Where's the demons? There we go. Check out the Demons Army. Like, they look, because there's not in 30k Demon Army, there's not the visual difference between Khorne, Nurgle, Tzeentch and Slaanesh. So you just mix everything together and give it all a colour scheme that sort of kind of ties everything together, and it just ends up looking fucking cool. Like, where's a picture of the whole army? There's a picture of the whole army somewhere. There we go. How cool does that look? So yeah, I mean that's pretty cool. Right, what were we talking about? I want better pay and the perks. Nice. Do it. Your online ramp arrived much more excited than Space Marines. Yay, teeny tiny, congrats. That's an Escher cat with a flesh hound head. Still no sat. Hey, Sisnix, how you doing? I'm very well, thank you. How are you? I think he took some ghouls and made them demons. Oh, he did. Yeah, he did all sorts of things. But like the demons army in Heresy looked really cool. Yeah. Well, purples is just going to do Blood Angels because Blood Angels are purple's thing, and Blood Angels in Horus Heresy are fucking cool, and they kick ass all over the Blood Angels in 40k. But yeah, the Raven Guard are really, really simple and quick to get to this point. Really easy. So I've got 5 5 destroyers up to this point, 5 assault destroyers up to this point, like a Vigilator, a Moritat, 20 tactical Marines, like 2 Dreadnoughts, arguably, a tank, a Leviathan. What else? I've got 3 Saturnine Terminators. I just need to change the black on them, the black on the shoulder pads to this black rather than the other black, because I hadn't decided what black I was going to do yet. So I've got loads of the Raven Guard at a point where they look really cool and they just need kind of like picking out. So I just want to kind of pick away on the next little project. And I think it's going to be Night Lords, because like I say, I can see the Night Lords. The only downside with the Night Lords is I haven't really got all the bodies that I want. Like I think if I grab a box of Mark IIs, then I can scatter Mark IIs in with the Dark Angels as well. So that would be quite cool, because I want the Night Lords in particular are going to be like really scattered marks all the way across all the different units. So like a 10-man tactical squad is going to have Mark 6 in there, Mark 2 in there, Mark 3 in there, things like that. You're going to do Imperial Fists in Horus Heresy? Yes, Nigma. Only Horus Heresy I will do are my Legions Imperialis. Yeah, but purples, I hear that purples, but I will just counter that with Legions Imperialis with that. Like, just paint him. Just get him and paint him, because he's badass. Like, how cool is he? You can't not have him being a Blood Angel fan. Because he could just be a captain in your 40k army as well. Gonna paint up some Blood Angel Secret Police. Doing okay. I'm glad you're doing okay, Sis Nick. So you ready for the completely pointless addition of mounts into Pantheon tomorrow? What, is it just him on his own? Wait, is that just him on his own? What, this guy? Yeah, he's a character. That guy's just a character. It's Aster Crone, the Shroud Maker, whoever that is. I'm sure Avian is going to call me a tourist for not knowing who he is, but yeah, there we go. He's badass. Now, only model I will do is him. You want to do the Contemptor? Rah! I mean, I hear you, and he's also out of stock, so you can't get it. I hear you, but I will raise you. I will raise you that dude. 40 quid for one Space Marine. Yeah, he's resin, isn't he? Crone is relatively new to the lore. Yes, I get away with being a tourist. I'm sorry I'm being very feisty today. That's fine. The Dreadnought has a jump pack. It does not. Oh my god! It's got thruster rockets! It's got thruster rockets! Oh my god, I want to put that. I want to put that on my Deliverer Dreadnought. I want to give my Deliverer Dreadnought thruster rockets. That would be hilarious. Just like, rah! Distraction Carnifex! Whoosh, thunk, whoosh, thunk, whoosh, thunk. What is that? Ah! Snick, 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 snick. It's not single use in third. It's not single use in third. Now you see why I want to paint him. Yeah. Paint that, Get that, purples. Get that. Order that ready for New Year. Long Spirit Longbow, Great Spirit Longbow. I do like that. Mine's over there on the windowsill. It's not even better. So yeah, that's my consideration with the Dark Angels at the moment. So can I do a Deathwing army? Can I do a Deathwing army? Does that work? Like, can I just paint them black with the cream? Or is that not, like, accurate? I don't know that it does the same now, but it definitely read that it's not single use. Have to read the rules. Oh wait, is Deathwing like a rule? Oh, okay. Oh shit. I was just thinking it was like cosmetic. As in terms of like you just have a Dark Angel's army, there's your Dark Angel's army, and that one's painted Deathwing. Oh, because hang on. No, because the new rules is all weird, isn't it? Because wasn't the old rules that you had all the different wings, and now the new rules is I can't remember what it is. Yeah, I know what you mean now, Avian. I know what you mean now. Okay. Yep. Right. I'll have to do that deep dive. I might put that on and just listen to it in my pocket headphone ears. So yeah, the interrupters are okay in terms of scale. Are you going to do a Venator? You should definitely do a Venator. Avian, you should definitely do a Venator. War Masters, seeing as you're here as well, what mark of armour would you think, if you were to say Dark Angels, what mark of armour would you instantly think linked to Dark Angels? 2.0 wings had their own rules. I think it got pared down. Yeah, it got really pared down in 3. Because you could kind of like construct all of like a really powerful force in 2, where you could kind of like pick lots of different wings and put them together and have loads of different rules, whereas 3 I don't think is quite as much. 2 or 3 for the knightly look. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to go 2 then, aren't I? I'm gonna have to get a box of 2s. I'm gonna need a box of 2s. So I've got 30 Mark 3s. I've got 30 Mark 3s, and I wasn't sure about the Mark 3s for Dark Angels, because as soon as you put a helmet on them, where's a Dark Angel helmet? As soon as you put a Dark Angel helmet on them, it kind of I thought it clashed, because this was like all pointy and then this is all curved and smooth. But then, like I say, I saw that artwork. The first art plate in the Dark Angels pages was, if I can find it, that. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough, that's cool. I'm just showing all the way cooler shit you can get for 40. Oh, right, yes. You want to do a Saturnine Terminator? You should definitely do a Saturnine Terminator, Sinister. So that was kind of like, okay, yeah, I can see that. So I think I just need to kind of buy into that. And then there's one that I've put the backpack on as well. So if you... where's the one with the wings? The wings look really cool. And then I don't know whether there's any like Dark Angel, because I got loads of like trinkets for the Raven Wing. I don't know whether there's loads for the Dark Angels. Are there loads of Dark Angel trinkets? Mark 3 is the way for Dark Angels. Do you think Mark 3 is the way for Dark Angels, Sinister? It's plate armor with a knight helmet. Oh fuck! Of course it is. Fuck. Yeah, of course it is. Shit! Why did I not think of that, Sinister? Yeah. I'm useless. I'm absolutely useless, aren't I? Yeah, of course it is. That's like plate knight armor with a knightly helmet. I mean, it just looks badass. It just looks amazing, doesn't it? I need to get more of these. Yeah, of course. Hey, RB, because I'm smarter. You are. You are, dude. You are indeed. Smart. Smart. Yeah, I need to find. Well, I need the fucking rule book, don't I? I need the rule book and the levers. So, yeah, definitely need to paint these guys up because they're super cool. Super cool. Super cool. Really, really cool. Mark IV is kind of cool for them too, but I prefer 3. Well, that was the thing, wasn't it? That art plate was the Deathwing one was Mark IV, and it looked really good. And I thought that kind of angular armor suited the angular helmets as well. But now you've just said it's knightly armor with the Crusade helmet. I'm like, yeah, well, yeah, it is, isn't it? That's perfect. So yeah, I'm much happier with using Mark III. Much happier. Although I do want to do the Mark III with Deathwing as much as I can, because I think these in like bone chests and bone shoulders and things would just look really, really cool. And if I wait for the Mark IV, I'm just going to be waiting for the Mark IV like I fucking am with the Raven Guard. The Deathwing have their own detachment and a Deathwing companion unit, Chris. They have their own detachment. So is a detachment and a Deathwing companion unit. So the Deathwing companion unit are these ones, aren't they? Or is that those? No, they're the knights, aren't they? That's the Deathwing companion unit. They have the shields, don't they? So I could grab. I can use those. I mean, they're such nice models they are. Such nice models. I love the loincloths and everything. Just so badass. But I don't want to do them black. Like I say, I want to try and scatter like red and black checker and red and white checker and black and white checker and bone and like bone and black checker and things like that. Really want to kind of have the black as the overriding colour scheme, and then just like pick out a panel and individualise it. I think that would just be really, really fun. Because these have got such individualisation on the whole armour as well. Like that's nothing like the other one, or one of the other ones and stuff. So hopefully that makes sense. And the other thing is I don't know what units to include from the base plastic kit. Yeah, basically I need the rule book, don't I? Basically I need the rule book. Okay, so they have their own detachment and a Deathwing companion unit. Let's see if I can find, because there's a Dark Angels breakdown which I might just stick on a headphone while I paint. Awesome. Oh, right, here we go, Avian. The detachment would allow you to have elites, heavy support, and retinue. So a fair number of options to paint, unit options to paint. Oh, fantastic. Is there a lore explanation for the bone panels shown on the studio paint job of the companions, mostly aimed at chat, as the tourists won't know? I do know! I do know! I do know, War Masters! I do know! I do know! So, as a Deathwing Marine, if you take a bullet for one of your Praetors, or Captain or something, you get to pick and paint one of your armor panels bone. Boom! Not a tourist here, you bitch. Oh, Avian spoilt it. How cool is that, though? That's badass. Because that was like I was like, I really like that color scheme, just like the black, because everybody paints Dark Angels black. Like, I don't really want to paint Dark Angels black. Like, I've already done black. I've got a black army already. So, and then I saw the bone one. I was like, oh, that would just be so cool. How can I get that into a theory? How can I make that work in the lore? And can I have like more of them than just one unit or something? And we've just had that answered. And then Avian told me about the lore behind why, and I was like, oh my god, that's so badass. Definitely still a tourist. Nope. The tourist left some things out. Typical. What? No. What? Oh, Deathwing companions are bodyguards, so they took a mortal wound on behalf of their protectee. They get to paint the panel white. The mortal wound is a rather important part missed out. So if they died and then were resurrected. So is it only Deathwing companions? I want to do a whole army like that. I want to do a whole army like that. It's so cool. Oh, I know what I need to do. I haven't done the black wash. I haven't done the black panel line. Shit. Does it need it? Do you think it needs it? I don't know whether it needs it, you know. Well, I said do a retinue. Paint 40k Dark Angels if you want full, but no, I don't want 40k. I don't want... I've fallen out with 40k. I don't want to do 40k. I do have all the Dark Angels, the 40k Dark Angels. I've got like all the companions and everything in 40k. Got all the kits, so I could. If they died, it's a fatal wound, not a mortal wound. Oh yeah, true. Yep, true. Yep. You got me. You got me. You got me there. That's a mortal wound is a wound that could kill you but didn't. I think we could quibble even and say it could be a mortal wound for the one they are protecting, necessarily. I may not know Dark Angel's lore, but I do know words. I do know words. I just like knights. I like Crusader knights. They look awesome. So I'm just going to...
Yeah, but we can always build more
we
killbots.
could indeed always build more killbots. Target, when are you going to do some badass looking ultramarine destroyers. Probably never. Still, kind of poncy to go painting armor a different colour, showing off, looking for recognition. It's their doctrinated duty. Just get on with it. Just get on with it. One of the Derby County managers was, because we had a really good goalkeeper. One of the Derby County managers was regularly asked, because the goalkeeper would always play really well, would always say, yeah, and Jakob played really well today, and he said, well, yeah, I mean, I pay him to stop shots, so if he didn't, then he wouldn't be here. Like, oh, okay, well, give him a little bit of credit, maybe. So consider Jack Black saving Kyle Gass by reflecting the Devil's beam back at him in the pick of destiny. Gass would have died otherwise. I'm a history buff, so the medieval knight aesthetic speaks to me. Yeah, I really like the as we have been through with all the old world Bretonian stuff. So who's interested in doing some Horus Heresy, like slow burn projects next year? We've got Nigma, who's going to do Imperial Fists. We've got Purpley Spark, who's going to do Blood Angels. We can get Purpley Spark doing Blood Angels, can't we? I'm going to do slow burn projects right now. I should paint a Bretonian. As I said, my example is stupid. How is everybody's Dreadnoughts going, by the way? If you are working on your Dreadnought for Dreadcember, please drop a picky in. I realise that we are still doing Dreadcember, and I have been slightly distracted from doing Dreadcember because Raven Guard, cool looking Raven Guard stuff. But if you are doing Dreadcember, please keep Dreadcember posted up. You got ADHD, you should paint a Bretonian. You definitely should. End of January, hopefully my basement is done and I start organising a new hobby space. And then you're going to do Ultramarine Destroyers. Right, gotcha. I know where my paints are, at least. From that point, I start sorting boxes out of the garage one by one and maybe being inspired to paint what I find. Nice. Are you going to do a Synthwave Bretonia? No way. I've put the State of My Dread in the stream gallery. Oh, fantastic. I'm really pleased that I'm really pleased those are the same. That's cool. That's good. Oh wow. Oh mate. Yes. Blue non-metallic armor, pink tabard. That's about right. Yeah. Do blue blue steel non-metallic and then a pink tabard. That's probably the way you do it. Hot pink. So much edge highlighting to do. So much detail to do. We need to chip. We need to chip this, don't we? I would think if we still were at Rogue Trader scale, a Redemptor Dread size would be for night. I've got a pink Gumpler base, but no pink Gumplers, so pink, orange and purple. It's so funny that I look at my Boxnaut and go, he's such a little guy. I want to paint one of my ACs in a sunset scheme. Sunset as in like yellows and oranges. It's so rainy. It's so rainy. Vaporwave AC Tequila Sunrise is a fun scheme. Okay, so where is it? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? There he is. So 1 unit of normal tactical marines. No, because we've got that. We've got the Deathwing. The Deathwing detachment, haven't we? I should. I don't know what I shouldn't have glued. I shouldn't have glued the gun on because now I can't get to the chest. Okay, now I can get to the chest. Not for the same project, but I wonder if there are stencils out there for the jazz design, although I could probably imitate it by hand. What the hell is a jazz design? As in Zeds? Is it Zeds? I need to paint the backpack. Is there a particular shoulder pad that is always bone? Like, do they always pick the right one? Because I kind of like to do the right one, bone, so that the left one is always black with a white. No, like I suppose you could do it. I could do it squad dependent. So one squad could have the bone shoulder pad, so they've got the red chapter symbol on there, or legion symbol. Put it in stream gallery. Iconic disposable cup from the 90s. What the fuck? You want to do that on a gunpla? If Legion Dark Angels have one bone shoulder for taking one wound, chapter Dark Angels in the Deathwing must have a hell of a lot of scars. Only companions have bone. Fuck. But what about that one then? Right, let's read this dude again. Knight Sergeant, Deathwing 23rd Order. Knight Sergeant Moores was inducted into the inner circles of the Deathwing before the Battle of Mycana, where he took a Mycanan phase-lock musket shot, leaving him on the brink of death. Once victory was secured, his armour bears a number of elements for the unique heraldry used by the Dark Angels, and often considered indecipherable by their brethren in the other legions. Of particular note are the white plated sections of his modified Mark IV battle plate, which signifies a warrior of the Deathwing has taken a mortal wound meant for another and survived. The votive ceramite plug on the left section of his chest plate marks the breach of his armour as a badge of honour. Oh wow! Yeah. Also of note are the cross keys on his left greave. And the Deathwing initiation icons on his right pauldron, both of which are intended to mark him as a warrior who is mastering the arts of Deathwing as a champion and a line breaker on the field of battle should it be needed. So cool though, is it? It just looks so cool. Yeah, I do like he got shot in the nipple. I do like the way the bone goes all the way up to white as well. See, I don't know whether to do these. Airbrushed or not. Because airbrush would be quicker, but it's going to involve a lot of like individual masking. Like, could be quite fun. So the companions are these ones, aren't they? The companions are these ones, the ones with the shields, the elite squad that you get in resin. I just think that looks so good. Dark Angels get bone armor, Iron Hands get decent quality bionics. I guess there's some changes compared to the lore I knew, and you could get away with the more white bone on veterans. Space Wolves got beer. 30k lore, although from before they got fleshed out for their Black Book, maybe. Yeah, this is in their Black Book. This is Book 9, Crusade. Space Wolves always get beer. Are they going to start another battle? Actually, is there enough space on the companions to kind of do... I mean, there is enough space on the companions to do bone armour and stuff, but a lot of it is covered up, isn't it? Is this Mark IV armour? That's Mark IV armour, isn't it? Because you've got that dip down. So the companions are in Mark IV. God, I am going to have all sorts of different marks in the Dark Angels then. Just wondering, as I cocked my head with the Deathwing being in Horus Heresy, it was a post-Heresy thing back in the day. I was dipping out of heresy again around book 8, sadly, so my Dark Angel lore knowledge may be less accurate, it seems. No worries, that's alright. My Dark Angel's lore knowledge in the heresy is much less, I am sure. I am learning, and I'm getting there. They just look so cool, they just look so cool. Right, so that's... we need to do the eyes, don't we? We need to do the lenses. And the lore has gotten a bit more rigid lately. It used to be purposeful all over the place. I let it slide now, but I do like remembering the old bits of lore that are no longer relevant. Games Workshop always retcons in provenance are the new stuff they come up with. There was a sliver of time when Dark Angel Terminators as well as regular Marines were black. Yeah, when did they become green? Do you want the Watsonian answer or the Doylist one? I don't mind. It's appreciated in the legacy of the lore. Is this one of those happy accidents that happen when they were printing something or something? Like the Blood Angels always having their chapter symbol on the wrong shoulder pad or something. Was it the Watsonian in his post-breakup of Caliban? Oh! As far as the Caliban colour is. Oh, is it? They painted their armour green to remember their broken world. Gotcha. I wonder what different colour schemes were on the Dark Angels. Like, you know how like the Emperor's Children were like black and gold and purple and like all these different colours. I wonder what different alternative colour schemes were in the Dark Angels. You want to paint a Dark Angel in black to green armour. Orbital Ian did a video on different colour schemes, didn't they? I wonder what he said about the Dark Angels in there. Hey, Retired, how you doing, dude? There's the artwork. Oh, what artwork? Oh, that one. Yeah. God, that's old artwork, isn't it? Oh, that's the black to green. Oh, yeah. Love Destroyers. Cheers, Retired. Yeah, we've been doing them for a little bit. Where's the Destroyer Sergeant? Where is he? Oh, there he is, just over there. There's a Destroyer Sergeant with his gas mask on and his grenades on his belt. Yeah, they've been quite good fun. Nice little addition to the Raven Guard force. Totally not Taunt Montana and his little friend. It is my headcanon that this was the doyless reason for them going green, is that art is cool. Sexy Science Hannah is in the house, She's going to walk through the house to get a shepherd's pie. Hey, sexy Santana, how are you doing? Is your airbrush on its way? Shoveling snow sucks. No! Doing well. I woke up and didn't realise it was your Friday. Nice. I woke up after watching the Ashes for a bit and being sad. At least you get snow. I miss snow so much. No. Hannah with no snow. Hannah with no snow. The airbrush parts haven't been shipped yet. I'm very annoyed at how bad XMas are, but the artist opus brushes should arrive here on Saturday. Nice. Well, that's good. Right, so what colour bone should we do? Like, I kind of want to do XV88. I kind of want to do that bone. I think that bone. But I don't know. And then a shoulder pad. Which shoulder pad? I really want to do this shoulder pad. So we're going to do that shoulder pad rather than that shoulder pad. And then maybe the goal can be to airbrush the bone first. And then mask it and airbrush the black. Do we do an arm as well? Do we do an arm as well? The smaller needle is more for like black lining. So tomorrow it looks like Hannah is learning to appreciate better with the 0.4. Yay! What? Like 0.35. 0.35. There's a really good airbrush that you have in your little thing that's a 0.35 needle, and it's called an Iwata Eclipse. Right, hang on. What colour was red? Okay, yeah, that was it. So, just for shits and giggles. I'll check, I'm not sure the needle size. The Iwata Eclipse is 0.35. I really want to do that one bone as well for some reason. Right, we can do black checkers on that one maybe. Yeah, you're killing it, Hannah. They're looking really good. You keep doing what you're doing. I'll run a test later and see what I can do with the Iwata. You'll kill it. You'll kill it with the Iwata. It's very, very good. There we go. Absolutely tipping it down. Right, what highlight do we need for the black? The black needs to be a completely different colour highlight to this. I really do want. I think I definitely want to airbrush this. I think airbrushing all this would be really fun. In that you like airbrush the bone, airbrush anything red, mask it, airbrush the black, peel it, wash it. I think that would be really fun. That's an eye water eclipse. That's the eye water. Eclipse, eclipse. Harder and steam back, harder and steam back. But that's a 0.45 harder and steam back. There you go. But this is what airbrushes are designed for. Where are we? Is it in here? There. That's what airbrushes are designed for. So that's what all the specs of an airbrush are controlled, or the reason why all the specs and the needle size and everything and how an airbrush works and everything is all controlled and by artists like these guys. Anyway, it's all good. Hannah is doing awesome, and she's got the tool which she has found, which is getting her really, really cool results. If you haven't seen Sexy Science Hannah's Imperial Fist in the Discord, then shame on you, because they look fucking brilliant. Where are we? Are they in the stream gallery, Hannah? I think they are. I'm going to find them and show you. Here we go. Hannah's Imperial Fists. Fucking brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I'll leave that on the screen for a sec. Hey Muzz, how you doing? Whoever invents a yellow pigment that can go on smooth and opaque with a brush deserves to be a millionaire. Alright, so... I'm trying to do this really thin, just to kind of get an idea of what it looks like, and then I'll probably airbrush the highlights over the top of it, mask it and do the black. But that should look really cool, shouldn't it? I'm going to annoy a lot of people, aren't I? With, oh well, that Deathwing armor is inaccurate because they can't all have taken mortal wounds for their captain. Blah blah blah. But it'll look cool. Avaland is quite nice. I'm not a big fan of Avaland, you know. I like Balor Brown. If I'm doing yellow, I tend to use Balor Brown. And then highlight that with a yellow. Like Bad Moon Yellow or Evil Sun Scarlet or whatever that kind of rich yellow is. Balor or Screamer Pink works well if you're underpainting. No, I just use Balor just as the yellow because against the black, because I tend to just use yellow against black, like when I'm doing Hazard Stripes or something. So I tend to just use Balor Brown. I think Heavy Metal does a mix of Avaland and Scrag. Scrag's a really good glaze for yellow. I'm trying to find a. I haven't got a Hazard Stripe. I did a Hazard Stripe on something really recently. What did I do it on? Can't remember what I did it on, but I just did Balor Brown. But yeah, there's basically there's all different ways of doing fucking everything, guys. So there's a million different ways of doing everything. And as long as you've found the method which works for you, then you're all good. I'm sure there are a million people in the world who hate this painting style. I'm sure there's loads of people who hate that shoulder pad. Yeah, definitely gonna airbrush the Dark Angels. I think that would be really fun. I mean, speaking of like nobody's ever wrong. Like they can do what they like, and like it's their hobby, and they can do what they want and things like that. Muzz, however, is wrong because Muzz at the moment is painting Tau. So fuck Muzz. The shoulder pad is fire. Cheers, dude. Yeah, I really like Tau. Yeah, I really like the shoulder pads. They're so easy to do as well. I don't hate Tau, I just hate people who play Tau against me. They look pretty cool from here, the rule of cool. Yeah, this would be... I wonder what you could mask. I wonder what you could mask it with. Or do you paint it from there? See, the Dark Angels, if I do it like this with the airbrush, it's going to take a while. Or do you just leave that black in there and just kind of catch it and then mask? So I've got some masking fluid. So I can definitely play around with masking fluid, put it on nice and thick and then peel it. And then the red, and I kind of want to do like checkers. Yeah, I do kind of... I don't play, so I don't care, I just like the minis, hey ho. It's mad that you're currently the only English-speaking painter online right now. Is it? Am I the only one, Rusty? That's kind of cool. Everybody should be in here then. Why is everybody not in here? Cheers, Rusty. I know what you can do, Chris. On each base, write, "This is not a Deathwing companion." This is not a Deathwing companion. I mean, it goes all the way around the fucking base. Does it have to be a companion? It just, that one literally just says Deathwing. I don't know. Other people are in art and miniatures and models. Am I not in miniatures and models? Anyway, I don't care because I really like how that could look. And then we can do much more variation. I kind of want to give them all bone chests, and then we can do lots of variation on, like, pick a couple of body panels, armor panels, and do them red. Or go with not a Deathwing. Can I just write Deathwing and then put a cross through it? But it is a Deathwing. It is a Deathwing. He's part of the Deathwing. He's part of the Deathwing thingy. Right. Anyway, I'm gonna get in trouble if I keep talking about Deathwing, because apparently this is wrong. Okay. Right, so if I didn't do that, what other options would I have? I'd have the red and the checkers, white checkers. Did I just put... Yep. Let's remove that, there we go. White checkers, red checkers, black, bowed, Space Marine's veterinarian. Is this a vet then? If I have to make them all vets so that I can paint them in this kind of colour scheme, then they will all be vets. I will try and make an army list that's all vets, because they're all going to be fucking elites and shit anyway. So I just want something to support, because I can't just run companions and Deathwing knights and interemptors, right? But that's I suppose the interemptors aren't Deathwing. Can't see the Raven Guard, that's the way they like it. So many good streamers for painting have just disappeared of late, 'tis sad. I'm here, I'm not going anywhere. That's what you call theming. Raven Guard disabling the camera for stealth. Love it. What is going on with the bot? Why is the bot not working today? I did a refresh and everything. So we are starting this 1,000-point Crusade League in mid-January, and one of the players is going to be using the Silent King as 40% of their army. I fucking hate people like that. That's so shit. Can you punch him in the cock? We're going to do 1,000-point Crusade. Oh, amazing. Okay, I'm going to make a character which I'm going to take all the way through this Crusade. It's going to be really, really good. I'm going to really have fun, like seeing what stories he makes. Nah, I'm just going to take the Silent King. You fucking knob cheese. Honestly, he should be kicked. Tell the person who's running the Crusade that Chris from Twitch says that guy should be kicked from the Crusade. Some people just always have to win. It's not even about having to win. It is about. They are friends. Their partners are besties. You can still tell them that. I think the Silent King will suck in a 400-point army. It reminds me of the time I bought and reduced a destroyer in a 500-point tournament back in the day. That was a dick move. Up here we struggle hard to hold 3 objectives when you only have 2 units. Hey, it's hard for the other army to hold 3 objectives when they can't kill. Like, that's the thing. When you the issue with 40k is that it doesn't scale down very well. So when you get to like 1,000 points or 500 points, as probably the Crusade should be, like a Crusade should start at like 500 points. But when you get to 1,000 points, the other army just literally hasn't got enough killing power and firepower to kill the Silent King. So he just runs around killing everything. In my defence, I've spent a lot of money on the Armageddon pattern Medusa kit from Forge World, 5th or 6th edition 500-point games, and I brought a bloody Demolisher Siege Cannon. I'm going to kit bash my Space Marine 2 Stern Guard as my lieutenant for the Crusade. That sounds so cool, Hannah. That sounds so cool. Right. I kind of want to get the airbrush out and hit a highlight on that. How am I going to do? How am I going to mask it? But then if I airbrush these, I'm not going to airbrush that. So maybe I should just brush paint it. Maybe I should just brush paint it. Need more Thunderwolves. Speaking of move blocking, the new Space Wolf detachment has shenanigans for charging. What do you mean it has shenanigans for charging? I'm just going to move these out of the way. So we're going to do the same style as the... There's the shoulder pads. And we can probably go up to white with this. I mean, this is fine, right? This is kind of still fine. He's a very proficient streamer. I'm a proficient streamer. I am a proficient streamer. I'm an amazing streamer. I'm one of the best streamers on Twitch. Actually, I wonder what percentage of streamers have been doing it for 10 years. Like, you know, if you can bench press 100k, you're in like a top 5% of gym goers, because like not many people can bench press 100k. I wonder what percentage of Twitch streamers have been doing it for 10 years. But there's not many. Speaking of Blood Angels, I found my 6th edition Flesh Tearers army. Nice! It has the Space Hulk Terminators in it. Wow, the Silent King has AOC with the 2 other little things. Oh yeah, the Silent King's an absolute bitch, Hannah. The Silent King doesn't hang around. The 2 little thingies that come with him, like one-shot tanks. Have you watched the Smashing Machine yet? I saw it the other night. It was quite good. What's the Smashing Machine? No, I haven't. What colour trim do I put on the bone armour? What colour trim on the shoulder pads? I don't think there was any on the. Oh, silver trim. Silver trim on the art block. This is fine, right? This is all right. And then we'll go Screaming Skull, and then we'll go white. I really need to vacuum. I've got dust and I've got hair everywhere. See Emily Blunt in the cast and want to watch. It's an A24 film with Emily Blunt. It's got Emily Blunt in it. Oh, that one! Right, yeah. No, I haven't seen that one yet. It's got Emily Blunt in it. It's one of the ones that I meant to watch. I like Emily Blunt. The film where she's a ballerina and falls for Matt Damon is utterly brilliant. To be fair, who wouldn't fall for Matt Damon? Can't think what it's called. Dwayne Johnson being a serious actor, that I'd love to see. Okay, thoughts on this so far? Really quickly. And then we need some white. You should focus on writing and directing, though. Who should? Oh, Affleck. Ben Affleck catches a lot of flack. He's not a terrible actor. It'll look good. To be fair, Dwayne Johnson is very good at playing Dwayne Johnson in movies. I do enjoy him for that. Yeah, I don't mind Dwayne Johnson. He's manifested his life, hasn't he? Like a Robin Williams. Alright, once this is in, we'll glaze. Be right back. You need another coffee with eggnog. None of them compared to Henri. Good old Henri. The thing I appreciate about Henry is he seems very old school proper. Do we know if Henri's show will be live action? The Amazon one, yes, it will be. I'm waiting for the next Reacher. Every time I watch Reacher, I go and do like press-ups. I'm like, yes. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Ah, right now, if you like Henry Cavill, have you seen? Oh shit, what's that one called now as well? Hang on. It was on Amazon a while ago. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Fucking hell, it's brilliant. That one's got Alan Richardson in it as well. That one's very good. Love Richardson in that. Oh no! Don't shoot me! It was so fucking good. It was so good. He's playing. I've got to find the clip. I've got to find. Oh no, I can't. I'll get demonetized. At this point, I no longer expect the Cavill Warhammer show ever actually materialise. It will, yeah, it will. There's no way that doesn't happen. That's a legitimate fear. I'm extremely polite compared to most Americans because if I'm not afraid, my Welsh mother will appear out of nowhere to give me a clip out here. So if they are doing Space Marines, they have to find enough meatheads to play them. I wonder if Dave Bautista would be in there. I really hope they don't do Space Marines, but they're going to, aren't they? Like, the rumour is that it's going to be around the Scouring, but I mean that Games Workshop obviously want to have Space Marines in it, because they're short-sighted and want to promote the game more than like create a TV show. Like Pennywise, the Welcome to Derry didn't have Pennywise in it for 5 episodes, and it was so bloody good. Space Marines belong in animation. I really think that, yeah, it really should be Imperial Guard. It really should be. I mean, fucking Eisenhorn. It's Eisenhorn. Anyway, I think that looks pretty cool. I think this looks pretty cool, you know. I think we're getting somewhere with this. It's very easy to just kind of nitpick and poke holes in anything creative. Because it's creative, it's dead easy just to kind of throw holes in it, because that's its nature. Like, creativity is in its nature like hole stabbable. So you can either choose to do that, or you can choose to not, and maybe be excited by it anyway. And I'm trying to be excited by it anyway. Because, like, look what happened when we were like, what do we call it? Robert Pattinson's going to be Batman. Well, that's going to be shit. And then one of the best Batman films ever made. So maybe they've worked out how to have a Space Marine on screen and make it interesting. Because I just wanted Mark Strong as Eisenhorn in the Eisenhorn series. And then maybe as well, if it does go well, like if the series does go well, then maybe we will get Eisenhorn at some point. And after Space Marine 2 being so successful, maybe we don't have to worry too much about the general population getting into the 40k universe. Because the general population are already in the 40k universe and understanding what Space Marines are because of Space Marine 2 and how successful that was. Mark Strong is playing the bad guy in Critical Role's new series. Fuck off. Does that mean I've actually got to watch that now? I watched 40 minutes of the first episode and went, this is bollocks. It's on Amazon. Oh, do you mean the cartoon? You don't mean the season 4 Critical Role, the Mighty Nine, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the Mighty Nine one. The Mighty Nine was my least favourite of the campaign so far. But I may well dip into it for Mr. Strong. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at this, guys. We're doing Dark Angels in Horus Heresy and making Purpley very sad. We're making Purpley very sad. Because we've got better models and paint jobs than the 40k Blood Angels. La 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 la. Ooh. Droid Mighty 9 not as precious to me as Vox Machina, but you can tell the gang put more thought into the characters for it. I think I got about 12 episodes in on the Mighty 9 and kind of just like drifted away, whereas Vox Machina I was all in. The new Blood Angels models are absolute crap. Were you here when we were trying to convince Purpley Spark to come into Horus Heresy? Hannah, we were like, Purpley Spark, like next year we're gonna do like 250 points of Heresy like every month and just try and work up a Heresy army. And we were like, Purpley Spark, you should do Blood Angels. Like, do Blood Angels, Purpley Spark. Purpley Spark, do Blood Angels. Purpley Spark, do Blood Angels. Because look at that, Purpley Spark. Look how cool the models are! But we couldn't sway her. We couldn't sway her. You'll have to work some of your sexy science action on her. It's okay, Hannah. You can come and join us in the Space Wolf camp. We welcome anyone. Woof woof. Let's just check what. They are the ones who best support the standard marine look. Blood Angels. Red is a very good colour for marines. Although I did see the other day that somebody did a orange marine chapter in 40k, and it looked bloody good because you never see orange on marines. I think it was on. What do I call it from Mini Wargaming? Dave. Is that alright with that silver? There we go. Okay, a little bit of silver trim. I've just never been able to get into Vikings or Wolf stuff, maybe because of the way Americans do it can be somewhat ick. I love the Viking stuff. I love Vikings and Scandinavian side of things. I just can't quite get into Space Wolves. Should we put the head on? Where's the normal head? There's the normal head. Oops. Ah, now the normal head wanted to be bone as well, didn't it? See, I don't think that's a million miles away from being cool, actually. I don't think that's a million miles away from being cool. So the next question then is... No, I was going to say, do we airbrush the black and then brush paint the bone? To kind of represent that the black armour is standard and then they paint their own heraldry on it. That's kind of where I was coming from that. Because then you could airbrush all the black highlights and everything, all the dark grey highlights, cut back into the black highlights, and then just brush paint the details and the bone and the hazard stripes and things. Maybe that would be quite cool. Yeah, maybe. 896,676. What? I mean, clearly the Vikings run around with cow horns on their helmets and wear purple, gold and white. To be fair, the horns are the Germans' fault. A lot better. The code is only good for 7 seconds. What's the code? What's the code? Wait, what? What's happening? What's happening? What's the code? I've got to put my licks into my country of making bad stereotypes. Okay, so I'm going to prime the helmet, and then I'm going to do the helmet. I'm going to do the helmet bone, and then stick it in to see what it looks like. Stick it in. Stick it in. Stick it in, stick it in. Alright, there's the helmet. So we'll let that dry. Get some XV88 out, start painting that bone. Try and get the nice white highlight on the top of it. Don't believe anything you read on the internet, Abraham Lincoln. I do like that one. Even Christopher Nolan is using drab brown armour for his new movie, The Odyssey. Ancient people had colours. Damn it! That's my favourite Abraham Lincoln quote. Tale as old as time. 95% of all things we know about the medieval period are wrong because media makes shit up. Especially the Greeks. Also, he's not making a movie for the small percentage of people who know the truth about the Greeks and the warfare at the time. He's making it for everyone else. Yes. The Greeks painted everything. Everyone! It's entertainment after all. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the problem comes when you start getting people going, well, that's not accurate. Now I have to rewatch The Professional. I mean, that's not a bad thing. It's definitely not a bad thing, Sinister. Come on, come on, come on, Primer, dry. Dry, Primer, dry. Dry, Primer, dry! It's very, very good, isn't it? It is very good. I do like The Professional. Well, Leon, as it is over here. Leon was epic and so sad. General audiences are dumb. There was a medieval museum village they used in a movie, and they painted all the buildings brown in post-processing with CGI to make it more believable to audiences. That's so shit. Come on, dry, dry faster. Dry faster, dry faster, dry better, dry quicker. Volley fire doesn't mean shooting up at the sky. Or frogs don't go ribbit. Well, never say never. Volley fire was rare, but it did happen. Every medieval movie has a bunch of archers shooting at 60-degree angle up in the sky for no reason with flaming arrows, both of which would never actually happen. However, Agincourt. We win. Oh my god, look at the 3D print lines. Can you see the 3D print lines? This is a Games Workshop resin. That's really funny. Agincourt did not use high angle of attack arrows, it was straight on blunt force. Yeah, look at all the 3D print lines on that. Ding, 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 ding. That's insane. Huh? That's really funny. Right, we'll hide that anyway. Agincourt Archers versus armor testing. A new video on that. I saw one years ago on that. It was really cool, so I'll definitely watch a new one. Definitely watch a new one. Is that a YouTube thing? Are there any layer lines on this? Yeah, there's layer lines on the top as well, look. Wow. It's nuts how well that kind of comes out of the mould as well. All the little layer lines around there. Do, 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 do. Todd's Workshop YouTube channel. Okay, I shall watch it. Just a hold. Yeah, ain't no one just drawing a bow and holding it. I know, not at £60. I think I had a hold of about 3 seconds max, and I'm on a 46 pound bow. Probably a little bit more actually, because I've got a slightly longer draw, because I've got long arms. I have one of his books and it's really great. Nah, Rat War, launching crates of plague rats at the enemy stronghold. Nice. My competition bow was £30. Competition bow, and that hurt to hold for any length of time. I've got a recurve, so I haven't got like a competition. I was traditional archery. £30 compound, sweet. Todd's Workshop was using this one archer they found that could use a high poundage longbow. Yeah, longbows are really difficult to draw. My friend can draw one, but you have to push it. You have to push a longbow out rather than pull it, because it's so tight and so heavy. But again, you need an insane back to pull a longbow. My friend who can draw a longbow told me a story of somebody who was like, oh yeah, I'll do it, and pulled it and like tore his back apart. Yeah, longbowmen were built. You got a 45 pull recurve, it's fucking hard work after 5 shots. Yeah, I am like 6'6", so it's my recurve has got, I think I'm a 29-inch draw. I think it was 29-inch, which is like longer than some bows allow you to draw. And the bow I've got actually is a prototype as well. It's really cool. It's a prototype recurve, which is rather nice. Right, let's get some brown on this now that it's kind of dry. I just want to kind of speed this up because I want to see what this looks like. And I think I will brush paint the shit. I think I will brush paint the Dark Angels. And at that point, I'm brush painting all of them because I'm brush painting the Night Lords as well. Or I was intending to brush paint the Night Lords. I could be convinced to airbrush the initial blue, because there's a lot of brush painting to do on the Night Lords. So maybe airbrush the initial blue. What do you think? Because if I airbrush the initial blue, then I can brush paint all the skin and the hands and the details and the lightning strikes. So maybe airbrush the initial blue on the Night Lords. That might work. My partner has a custom win-win bow. She's fucking Hobbit. On his beats me every time. I like the win-wins. There's a really nice, I think it's a win-win one, carbon fibre limbed composite recurve, which is so nice. Always wanted that one. French be like, I have a master-made recurve bow that can fire longer and harder than any English bow. And the English be like, yeah, well, we have more. Girls who do archery make me quiver. Oh, Hannah. Holy shitballs! Check that out from Baz. Liking that. How fucking cool is that? That's really nice. Wow. Wow. I love the cloak. The cloak is so clever. And is that a book? Is that a book with a halo on top? Is that a word? Is this a word bearer? Wow. Love the concrete as well, the concrete block. Jesus. The cracks over the mace, look. And then you've got all the engraving. When it comes round, there's engraving on this kind of thigh plate. A word beater. Yeah, look at those, the engraving on that thigh plate. That's one of my favourite ones he's done. That's really cool. That cloak's fab. I'd love to know how he gets his green stuff so smooth. I mean, it's green put, but still. Wow. Really, really thin layers. It might be green stuff and magic sculpt, because green stuff and milliput tears when you make thin layers and you get like bits. Yeah, that's just really good. I love the cloak. The cloak is really cool. I need to look at the cloak. The cloak is fab. That cloak is fab. I wonder whether that's a tin I think it is, look, you can just see on the inside there, it's got tin on the inside of the cloak. So that's like a tin cloak that's then been sculpted on top of. Wow. That's really good. That's really good. Magic Sculpt, how different is that to Milliput mixed with green stuff? Green stuff is water soluble, so you can kind of soften. You can add water, and the Milliput will, not green stuff, Milliput. The Milliput will absorb the water and kind of smooth itself out, sort of thing. Whereas the Magic Sculpt isn't as water soluble, so you get different what's the word? It behaves differently. That's really cool. I need the Matrix to be real so I can just download that skill set. Baz is not human, I swear. Is that all sculpted? Yeah. The brown, you can see the grey, all this grey bits. Those are the resin. That's the resin-based model, and then everything else is sculpted on top of it. This is a guy called Anfarius on Instagram. Can somebody do !Baz in chat, please, so that RB can follow Anfarius on Instagram? Because everybody needs to follow Anfarius. Baz is a ledge. There you go. Right, there you go. That's really bloody good. Yeah, that's really bloody good. Right, is this drying now? It's getting there. Am I losing some detail? Have I gunked up the detail? Oh no, don't say I've gunked up the detail. Loaded my first cat pics. Should we go and see Sexy Science Hannah's Puscats? Hypo. Hypo. What's his name? Leif Erikson watching the stream. She enjoys sleeping and food. Oh my god, look at the paw! Ah! Hannah posted pussy pics. And there's Tato. Tato with like half open eyes. That's a lot of fluff. Leif Erikson. Because Canada. She rarely leaves my side. That's so cool. So I bought her a new cat bed so that she could sleep next to me while I'm working and hobbying. That's so cool. So cool, Hannah. Can we get a cutie front on Facebook? Is that tortoise shell? Is she a tortoise shell? Hi, Leaf. I'll get some pics of my other cat, Yuri Gagarin. You got Yuri Gagarin? Fantastic. Fantastic. Surprise! Hey, how you doing, Christine? We started doing the Raven Guards. Started doing some more battle damage and everything on the Raven Guards and things, and then we pivoted to doing a Dark Angel. So we have a Dark Angel on the go. However, I need to get some transfers for the Dark Angels, which is frustrating and annoying, but we'll get there. So this is the first concept mock-up of a Dark Angel with Deathwing armor plates. And we have been kind of glazing little bits of the transitions down a little bit. Not really spending too much time on the concept, but it's quite cool. That's gorgeous. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, that's there's the one. That's the one that we've started doing the battle damage on a bit more. So we've got a few more highlights pushed on the shoulder pad and things, and we've also battle damaged the transfer, the chapter symbol on this side of the shoulder pad, so that's all kind of battle damaged and chipped away. I've battle damaged that one a little bit, and I've done that one already, but we need to put some brown on the white, because that was one of the reasons why we did the white shoulder pad on these ones, because the destroyers have like lots of burnt armor. So I thought if I did the white, because the burnt's not really going to show on the black as much, but on the white it should show up really well. But yeah, this guy's actually looking quite cool. So I'm just doing a very, very quick helmet for him. So we're going to do a bone coloured helmet. See if we can get that as well. And interestingly, you could see the 3D print lines on this, and this is a Games Workshop resin head. This is not 3D printed. Well, I haven't 3D printed it. Games Workshop clearly 3D printed it and then made a mould. So this is based on a piece of artwork from the Black Books. So I'm just I'll let that dry, and then I'll kind of pick off the highlights a bit more. How was the cricket? Did we all do well? No, not really. We're struggling a little bit. We're trying to kind of hang on. It was really, really interesting because the wicket is really flat, so it should be really good for bowling. But we bowled them out what we thought was pretty quickly, and then the plan, the kind of the idea was that England were then going to kind of bat for a couple of days, take some time out of the game, get a nice target, and then bowl them out on the return. And it's just not kind of turned out like that. So I stayed up until 4 o'clock in the morning, hoping that we were going to drag it back, and we've sort of clung on. So there's still hope, but it's very slim. Standard for our team then? No, not really. It's sport. So Australia struggled, and we bowled them out really well, and then they unfortunately bowled us out really well as well. So we're about 100 behind at the moment, and we've got 2 wickets left, and we're kind of hanging on. So Jofra Archer's playing quite well, and Ben Stokes is still in. So we will see how we go from 11:30 tonight. See if we can kind of hold it off. Bit of an odd couple of days for both teams, yeah. Right, I need to... Have I still got some? Yeah, I have. I need to get this browned up. Just needs to be brown. Otherwise I'm highlighting too much and contrast is too quick. Made a bit of a mess of this helmet. I'm trying to save it at the moment. I've gone too quickly on the highlights, so it's yeah, I'm trying to get it back up to that. Should be alright. And then there's the gun that goes on there, so we can put that on there. And then we've got Dark Angel transfer to go on there, squad marking to go on there, and then I'm gonna try and vary as many as I can in terms of what armor panel is what color kind of thing. I think I'll try and keep the chest bone, maybe, I don't know. Fry Up as ready. Is club film on tonight? Yeah, movie night's on tonight. It is Die Hard tonight because it's Christmas. you off? No, bye. See you later. Thank you very much. What colour are Dark Angel's guns, by the way? Are they red? I've got a feeling they've got red casings, haven't they? So we're gonna have a red. We're gonna have a red gun casing. I think they're red. Classic is red casing in Heresy, right? Yeah. Because it would very much suit the look. I need to drill the barrel on this one at some point. Not worried about it just yet. Open book, saw painted model with bolter, red casing, QED. There we go. So red gun casing, Deathwing coloured chest, Deathwing helmet, which we'll get to in a second. I definitely think I can airbrush the XV88 so that I've got a nice coat to work up from. So I can definitely airbrush this. Let that dry a sec. Have I got any tea left? Yes, I have a bit. Right, so we need some more gas bone. What colour eye lenses? Red. Which makes sense. And then after that it's Screaming Skull, and then it will be white. And we'll try and get that white right down the highlight line. Okay. Then white. And then glazing things together with a bit of 50-50. Once that's dry. go. And then the lenses turn into red. Who's that? Psycho, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the crypt. Happy Christmas. Okay. A bit of a long-winded route to get there, but we've got there. And we'll just blacken the pipes on the side. Put a couple of dots of white on top highlights. Glue it in. Happy Christmas. Starting a Heresy Dark Angels army in the new year, so might be taking some inspiration from the colour scheme from this model for the bone. Looks great. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're going to do a Horus Heresy little community challenge project thing in the new year, which should be quite fun. I have been painting Raven Guard, as you can see. So we've got Raven Guard, or I have, sorry, Raven Guard, Night Lords, and Dark Angels. There we go. Right, so now if that's once that's kind of quickly dry, we'll just drop it in to said Dark Angel test. Should be dry by now. In fact, let's get a tiny bit of yeah, that's not bad. Then we can give that a wash of some brown. oil wash once we've done the black, and then that will shade the black, the brown, the red, and then we can just do details. I don't think that's too bad. I think that's pretty cool actually. Yeah, the bones definitely it definitely can be improved. We can definitely improve the the transitions on the bone, but it's not bad. So the question is, do you always keep the same armor plates bone, or do you scatter them around? That does look really good actually. That does look really good. Right, it is 6 o'clock, so we have been on for nearly 4 hours now. So we will be finishing sometime soon. So I'm going to make some dinner. Law-wise, you should change what parts of the armour are bone. It's where the armour took a mortal wound or something like that. Yeah, they get to paint one of their things bone. I think it would be quite good because you're still going to get. I do quite like the idea of having the bone helmet. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. The bone helmet should look even better once you get some red in the eyes and stuff. Like that. And the all these and number 3-5 needle. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, so in terms of the brown, then we need to get up from XV88 quicker, cover more of the area with more gas bone, then allow you to get that should allow you to get to white smoother, and then we can glaze back to XV88 and get that shadow colour back in a little bit. I mean, XV88 might not be the best colour to start with because it is a kind of a desaturated. It's kind of like a greeny bone on the artwork. I never drill my bolters. I think no hole is better than a lopsided one. Yeah, I've not even fucking glued the gun on yet, target. Don't worry. Look, I've got all my barrels are drilled. Don't worry about that. That one's even drilled twice, look. Try some Deathcore Drab. Oh yeah, Deathcore Drab. That's a good call, actually. Or Steel Legion. Steel Legion is actually the one, isn't it? Hang on. Let's glaze. Deathcore might be better actually. Hang on. Where's Deathcore? Oh, I don't know where Deathcore is. Steel Legion might be a bit too. Let's see. Deathcore is greener, it is, yeah. Yeah, I think it's Deathcore starting point, to be honest. That's good. Yeah, okay, so if we go Deathcore, then Morghast, yeah, then Screaming Skull. Or do you do Ushabti Screaming Skull? Ushabti is probably better. It's not quite as yellow. So, Steel Legion, Ushabti, Screaming Skull, and then white. There we go. Sorted. Sorted. I think that's the way to do it. Yeah, I really like that the Steel Legion. Sorry, not Deathcore. It's much better. Yes, yes. Okay, I like that. Right, so. We give them all bone helmets because, and then scatter the bone around them. So some of them might have 2 black shoulder pads, for instance. But then we've also got to decide what unit is going to be. Like, is it going to be a breacher unit? Is it going to be a destroyer unit? Is it going to be a interruptor unit? The interruptors have got the big chest eagle anyway. You can always knock the drab back with the highlight colours. Yes, yeah. That's. I think that's what we'll do. So it's Ushabti, Steel Legion, Ushabti, and Screaming Skull, and then white, obviously, and then the companions. They are a little bit smaller, aren't they? Only a tiny bit, I suppose. What do they look like with the new scale helmets? pretty cool, to be honest. The benefit of breacher units as shields to paint heraldry on. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I really want to. I really want a breacher unit for the shields, because then there's like, because you've got the companions which have already got the shields, and then you've got a breacher unit which is like a step back in ornate, in level of ornateness, and then you've got those guys up at the top. So yeah, I really want a breacher unit. 2 more traditional Sanat Greybeards. I found it a funny. 2 more traditional Sanat Greybeards. The breacher shields do feel pretty Dark Angel-y. Yeah. Especially if you give them those really nice Dark Angel patterns with red. Yes. Yeah. I'm going to check a plate and like half and half, like all of them, which should be really, really good. And we've just got to wait and see when they come out. They shouldn't be that far away. Is there anything on Warcom today? Can't think of a more Dark Angel-y unit outside of the unique ones. That's my thinking. That's my thinking. So yeah, breachers would be really cool. I don't think I need to. I think I need to build these. I think I need to get these built. So that's probably the next thing that I probably need to do, to be fair. Like, that's not a bad starting point. It does need a brown wash. Nice brown oil wash just to run around some things. Right, I'm going to go make some dinner, I think. Thanks very much, everybody. Hope you've had a good one. And I will catch you all tomorrow. I will see you all tomorrow. I'm going to sit down and build these. So I'll build these tonight during the cricket rather than putting together more Mark 3s. I've built 15 of these Mark 3s so far. I do have all the bloody backpacks to sand down and clean up. So that will be a nightmare. So we'll get all those done. But yeah, I think I will I'll build the companions tonight. That sounds like a good idea to do. So during the cricket, and then I do have some. Oh, that'd be quite funny. What's that? Yeah. There we go. There's a shield. There's a shield. Rah. It's one of the Nurgle shields from Darkwater. So yeah, I'll build these tonight, I think. And then plan what the breachers. How big is a unit of breachers? I think a unit of breachers is up to 10, isn't it? I think it's like a unit of 10. It's not a specialised unit like the destroyers where you can go down to 5. Yeah, awesome. Okay, cool. Right, thanks very much, everybody. Up to 20, starting at 10. Okay, that's cool. So just a squad of breaches. Be interesting to know how many points that is. So squad of breaches, squad of companions, squad of Deathwing Knights, squad of interrupters. Yeah, awesome. Right. Basic unit is 10. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good, that's good, that's good. I like that. That's good. Thank you very much. Cheers, Avian. Thanks for all your help, Avian. I hope you like that, by the way, Avian. This was my breach account, not for anything else. This was a breach account, not for anything else. This was a breach account, not for anything else. This is not meant for anything else. Right, catch you all tomorrow, everybody. Bye!